Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be talking about life after selective mutism.
That girl is a stallion, hanging on my neck like medallion. Friends kissing in Italian, dirty dancing, Patrick Swayze. Girl got a lot of.
So if you don't already know me, or if you haven't already watched any of my previous selective mutism videos, as a child until I was 15, I did have something called selective mutism, which is like a social anxiety disorder. I've done quite a few videos on it already. I've sort of done my story, my mum's perspective, and to do with school. So I've done a few other videos relating to different topics, which I'll link all below if you want to check them out as well. If you want to watch them before this, it might be better. But if you are new here, then hi, I'm Jess. I'm now 23 and I had selective mutism up until I was 15. So this video, I just thought I'd sort of summarise and sort of kind of like the after show kind of vibe, if you get me. So I thought I'd speak about life after having selective mutism, how it's affected me in adulthood, in regards to general life, jobs, relationships, family, friends, just how I am now, basically how it's been since I've been 15. So yeah, I started speaking when I was 15, last year of school. A lot of people ask me, how was I when I spoke at school? Now don't get me wrong, I was still super quiet when I started speaking, but the fact that I was at least speaking in the school environment was just a huge thing. So I wouldn't just go up to people and speak to them. If they were my close friends, then I'd speak to them, but if it was like group activities or stuff, or teachers, I'd only speak if I was spoken to. I still wasn't the loud girl. After school, I went to college. I was still super quiet at college. I still spoke like normally, but I didn't like be loud in class or make loads of friends or anything like that. I was still very reserved, as teachers used to like to call me, reserved. But yeah, I finished college. Whilst I was at college, I did actually get my first job. I really pushed myself out of my comfort zone and applied for a sales assistant in a high street shop, and I was petrified. The first couple of months of that job, I don't know how I got the job, but the first couple of months of the job was horrific. Like, the manager picked up on how quiet I was, and they were constantly trying to push me to talk to all the customers, and I did really struggle. But I ended up staying there 2 years, so I got into it. I did struggle speaking to customers and like, you know, like going and approaching them, because that's my thing. I'm not very good at going to someone else first. If someone speaks to me first, it's a bit easier. But I'm not very good, even now, I'm really not good at speaking to someone else. If I know them, if they're friends and family, then fine. But if it's like someone I don't really know or someone at work, I'm not very good at starting a conversation, if that makes any sense. I'm still not very good at that. I've had a few jobs since then, another shop job, and then like a call centre job, and I'm now in another sort of call centre job, which when I'm on the phone, I'm totally fine, because you're kind of in your own little zone, and you're on a phone, you're not really speaking to anyone like face to face. I don't know about you or your child or whoever you're watching this about, but when I speak to people over the phone, I'm so much more confident, because it doesn't really feel like you're actually speaking to someone. So, and it's work, so it's a lot. I find it a lot easier. Again, I'm still selective. Still runs within me now. Within work itself now, I'm still really bad at making friends. Like, don't get me wrong, I will speak to people, but I still really struggle starting conversations and getting involved in group things and putting my voice forward. I still really struggle with that. I'm still very reserved sort of person, but I think that's just naturally within my personality now, isn't it? So yeah, that's how I would sort of summarise jobs. Interviews are petrifying. Well, they are for anyone, aren't they, really? But I think if I put in my head that I'm going to do something, then I'll do it. It's all about like telling yourself that you're going to do it, and you'll do it. Once you're in the situation, I'm fine. I'm still really quiet, but I can do it. I do still struggle though quite a lot, but not to the point where it stops me doing anything, so don't worry about it, you'll be fine. So next topic is relationships. So I have been in a relationship, engaged, for 6 years now. Prior to that, I did really struggle to speak to boys because, again, especially in sort of that sort of way, because I did really, really struggle, and I was very, very self-conscious, very like, you know what I mean, like, was not good at all. Obviously I'm fine now because it's been 6 years, but initially, like, speaking to people, very shy. I almost used to put people off, I was that shy. But yeah, that's all fine. Like I said, I'm not very good at making friends. I've still, my closest friends are like, I've got like 3 or 4 closest friends, and they're all sort of from school. So still the same relationship that I've known them absolute years. But new friends, I'm no good at making new friends. Anyone want to be my friend? Hit me up. No good at that. No, definitely not. But I definitely would say, like, with friendship and things like that, the thing that I find most helpful is social media. As you can see, I'm absolutely, like, people say, oh my god, on camera and YouTube, Jess, you're like a completely different person. But for me, again, the selective thing comes in. I find speaking in front of a camera really easy if it's just me. If there was like other people here, then no. But when it's just me, I'm absolutely fine, because it's just like speaking to yourself, isn't it, really? Just to a camera. So it doesn't really feel like you're speaking to anyone. So again, absolutely fine. Playing online games like Xbox, PlayStation, where you've got a headset on, absolutely fine. Speaking to people on there, making friends on there, I find that really easy, because again, they can't see you, you can't see them. So it makes it easier. So if you are struggling, I would definitely recommend going on some sort of online game where you've got a headset, and just sort of chatting to people through gaming really helps. If you're not into gaming, then I guess that's not an option, but maybe try get into gaming. That really, like, that is my number one thing that absolutely helps me with confidence and speaking. Like, I could not recommend that highly enough. If anyone says, what is your tip or trick, that is my go-to. That is the first thing that I would say, because that's been a lifesaver for me. Ever since school, that is the one thing that has really, really, really helped me. And then sort of moving on to day-to-day life, like me as a person. So we've covered jobs, relationships, friends. So sort of day-to-day life, me as a person. Like I've already mentioned, I'm still very reserved, still very quiet, still very selective in situations and people, so I've still got that selective trait within the name. Obviously I'm not mute anymore at any time, which I wish some of my friends and family wish I was, because I don't shut up sometimes. But yeah, there is still things that I struggle with day to day, like I still don't feel 100% comfortable. I'm still very aware of how I sound, how I look, how I'm speaking. Like, if I'm going into shops or coffee shops or cafes and, you know, you've got to order, I'm still very aware of that, and I'm still not great at that. Or, you know, just any sort of stranger interaction, I'm really, like, I probably, if you met me and you spoke to me, you probably wouldn't know. You probably just think, oh, she's just shy. But to me, there's like a million thoughts going through my head, and so I guess I've still got the social anxiety, but very low, like you wouldn't know, and it doesn't really affect me massively. But I've still got the shy aspect, which I think I'll always be shy, to be honest. I would say as well, another thing I've suffered with, which sort of started when I was 15, don't know if it's related, don't know if it is, but it sort of stems from the anxiety trait. I do have anxiety attacks now and again. Anxiety attacks, panic attacks, same thing. I do have those now and again. Didn't have those when I had Selective Mutism, but I do in later life. I don't have them very often, so they don't really affect me too much, and I can manage them myself. I don't really know what triggers them. It's nothing to do with social or anything like that. It's nothing to do with that. That doesn't trigger them. I think it's just sort of unusual situations can trigger them. But like I said, I very rarely get those anymore. And I don't know if it's related. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I do get those now and again where I sort of get really bad stomach pain, shakes, feeling sick, freaking out basically. But I find like there's meditation and like calming apps and things like that really help with that. I don't really like to tell people about it because I'm sort of good at managing it myself. But apart from that, apart from being shy and having that, which again, like I said, I don't know if that's related or not. And also disclaimer, this is all my personal experience, so you or your child or relative, if you know anyone with selective mutism or hasn't got selective mutism anymore, everyone's different. Everyone deals with it differently. Like, I was very stubborn with it, didn't want any help, wanted to deal with it on my own. I've always been very independent like that. But again, other people are not. Some people want that help. So don't come at me if those things don't help you. But yeah, I hope that did help. That's sort of a summary of what I'm like now. If you're in, because when I had selective mutism, I used to think, am I ever going to be normal? What am I going to be like when I'm older? Am I going to get a job? Am I ever going to have a boyfriend? Like, all these things used to run through my mind all the time. So if you want to see a sort of what it can turn into, I definitely think it's more of a child thing. I truly do believe you grow out of it. Again, maybe not the case for everyone, but that's my opinion, my experience. But yeah, I hope that sort of helps, just to give you sort of an insight into how I am now, how I am after having that. Really do help. I can't even speak. Really do hope that helped. I know I would have loved to watch videos like this because selective mutism was very unspoken of when I was a child. So I really hope this helps. If it does, give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I'll link all of my other ones below if you want to check out any of my other tips, hints, experiences with selective mutism throughout school and things like that below. And also subscribe if you would like to see more, if you like any of my other videos. And I shall see you guys in my next video.